and welcome to the BL Week in a Review on the BL Express YouTube channel. I'm BL Songbird, and hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Love Out Loud, the fan fest that happened a couple of weekends ago. We're going to be talking about The X Morning, which dropped episode 1 this last Thursday, and we're going to be talking about Top Form, which is now ready to binge, everybody. Super exciting. The format of this podcast, show, live stream, whatever you would call it, is a Q&A. So if you have any thoughts or ideas, feel free to share them in the chat. If you're watching this later, feel free to drop a comment and let us know what you think and start a conversation. We'll be sure to respond. If you are watching this later also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, anyways, all right. Yurisa, hello. Good to see you. It's a small group today, perhaps, but that's okay. I thought there'd be more since we're talking about Top Form, but you never know. People might come in later because I am starting with Love Out Loud. Let's get it out of the way. I finally got to watch it over the weekend. Is anybody else watching Love Out Loud or saw Love Out Loud or has some favorite clips from Love Out Loud, which is GMMTV's Fan Fest? Go ahead and post your thoughts in the comments because it was a lot of fun. And I'm gonna throw out some highlights that I thought were great, and you guys can go check out clips on YouTube because fans are really awesome about posting like full songs and full segments on YouTube. So don't forget to scan through that particular search. If you look up, say, Love Out Loud 2025, day 1 or day 2, or not even spelling out Love Out Loud, just LOL 2025, day 1 or day 2, you're going to get plenty of content to watch. And I would look up, if I were you, both Perth and Santa's performances. They did an excellent job on their 2 couple performances. One was rap and the other one was kind of hardcore rock, which fit them both. And Santa had a dance like performance, and like Perth did a guitar solo. So overall, those 2 were pretty cool, and their energy was really high, and they matched each other really well. So that one was fun. And let's check the comments real quick. I'm here and working. Okay, cool. I watched the Saturday show. I think the Sunday show sounds like it was more fun, but the one also dropped off a couple hours in, so I'm glad I watched the Saturday show for that reason. Yes, absolutely. The Sunday show dropped 2 hours in, which is what happened to me, which is why I ended up not talking much about it last week. And what was nice is they gave us an early rerun. So everybody, GMMTV and Thai Ticket Major were pretty cool. They gave everybody a little bit of a refund, and they gave everybody early access to the rerun. I could have watched it Wednesday at 3 a. Well, Wednesday morning at 3 a.m., but there was no way I'd be up at that hour. So for me, I waited till the weekend. Okay, so the next one is Jimmy and C. Their performance, I think it was their second performance. Watch both of them, but their one that was a little bit more broody and a little darker was really incredible at the end because it caused the whole entire audience, and that's a lot of people in Impact Arena. It caused complete silence. And like for them to be able to create that was pretty impressive. So checking out Jimmy and C's performances, totally worth it. And then Earth and Mix's second performance was also worth checking out. It was really pretty, and their chemistry was hot as usual. I really ended up enjoying Bone and Prem's performances more than I thought too. I liked their second performance too. In English, this song is called Dance Under the Light of the Full Moon. It's one of my favorite Thai songs, and they really did a beautiful job with it. And then, of course, the Like and Jasper collaboration. So those are some, and there are group numbers too. And oh yeah, of course, Katie, we have to add William and Espan. There's their first performance with the faster kind of song was really entertaining. I don't know, that was super fun too. I liked that one. Eureka, I'm giving you some ideas for more clips to find, I guess, eh? Since you just watched a few clips on Instagram. All right, so here's the recommendations for group performances. One is Gemini, Puin, Kaotung Si, and Sitang. Ooh, joining in for Jasper was so good. Yes, that was fantastic. It was so cool. He came out with a mask and then he revealed himself and made the whole audience go up. Uh, so Gemini, Poo, and Kaotung Si, Satang, their performance, they did this really cool a cappella beginning, and that was really pretty. And then the Hotel Lobby song by Gemini and Fourth. We've got, I'm sorry, I have a list. I'm actually reading the list. Okay, we got Jung, Force, Jimmy, and Mix. They did this like really powerful, really dark performance. So if you find that one, and maybe later today I'll put links to some of these performances in the comments. I don't see why I couldn't do that. That's a thing, right? Can add links. Anyway, I'll give it a shot. Force, Jimmy, Mix, and Jung's performance. That was fun. That was really dark. If you can find that one with English subtitles, maybe they posted it on Instagram or X or something like that. That one's really good. And then let's see. Satang, Earth, Boone, and Est. I love they did a classic and they did it very much in the like classic crooner vibe thing going on, and that one was really fun too. All right. So yeah, there's a few of the performances that I really, really enjoyed. When they do the replay later, does anyone know if it'll be day 1 or day 2? I think also welcome DeLorean, perhaps. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Welcome. It's a new name. Welcome to the fun day of chatting via live chat and with me just kind of being the host, if you will, for the live chat. Yeah, I agree with Katie. The replay is just whichever day you bought the ticket to. So you can still buy tickets for replays and you can pick the day, I believe, to pay for the replay. Both days have English subtitles on all the songs. The live English subtitles on the talks are a bit behind. So the live subtitles are not fabulous. I don't know when or if they ever will be because it is live and they are trying. I don't know even how they do it. They must have somebody typing in the background somewhere. Anyway, the live subtitles are behind. And I just love watching them all have fun together on stage too. It's super cool. And have any of you like watched their growth? Have any of you seen multiple Love Out Loud concerts? Because that is the most fun. I think this is my, oh my gosh, I think I watched the first year this new group did it. I watched Jimmy and C's first Love Out Loud. And I think it was Winnie and Satong's first Love Out Loud too. A few had performed before because they did a like camping concert, but like it was almost everybody's first time, and so it's really been fun over the last few years to watch them grow. And actually, if you ever have time to binge, I don't know how many concerts hours of concert that is, probably like 15 or 20 at this point. If you look for full concerts, I'm sure you'd find them somewhere and you could like binge them all and see the growth of the artists because it's pretty incredible. This is my first time watching a little bit. Oh, okay, Yuritsa. Yeah, everybody's at different stages in their boys' love journey, right? Back in 2021, when I started, I didn't pay for concerts either. Actually, I did obsessively watch clips though because Chris and Cincto were just coming off doing the first Love Out Loud concert when they switched to Love Out Loud, which is not what they called it before that. And they were like hot would be the best way to put it in that. They were hot in that. Their singing wasn't the best, but their chemistry was kind of on fire. So I watched all the clips I could get my hands on. But yeah, I didn't pay for Love Out Loud that year at all. Did I in the next year or was it still COVID? I don't remember. Anyways, I've watched all of them and I'm just glad they let them sing to pre-record instead of live now. I think several of them are more comfortable with that. Yeah, I think so too. I think some of it's still live. I feel like you can tell when it is and when it isn't. Um, Ashley Coral Love. Hi. Or Ashi. Ashi. Love it. Hello. Yet another name. I love it. Hey, good to see you. This is fun. Okay, we're talking Love Out Loud. We're almost at the end of this section though. But yeah, it's a mix for sure on who's singing live and who's singing to pre-recorded. Although I wonder, do you think, Katie, that everybody like sings over their pre-recording? Like they have it pre-recorded, but they're still singing over it? Because I'm thinking that also happens as well. Like they pre-record a backing track almost or something. They probably use a backing track like K-pop artists do. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So they're singing on top of their own voices, which also makes them louder, which is helpful for some of those who maybe don't have a huge voice, right? Anyways, at the end of the day, Love Out Loud clips are definitely worth checking out. Uh, and I'll re-summarize for those just coming in. LOL 2025, day 1 or day 2 as a YouTube search, and you will get all the goodies. Some fan has recorded every single performance from some angle in the audience. And that actually is almost sometimes more fun than watching the live, is seeing the same performance from different angles in the audience. Anyway, okay, all right. Way too fun. Okay, onwards to the week in review. Okay, the week in review for Boys Love. What started? Oh, okay. The first series that started is The Sparkle in Your Eye. It's a it's a Singapore production company, but the series is in Mandarin. So, collaboration, which is awesome. In this country, in the United States, it's on Gaga Ulala. I've also seen it on YouTube, but I don't know if that's a legal upload or not, guys. Does anybody else know? Is it legally on YouTube or is it someone trying to be nice? Anyways, I always advocate for legal viewing when possible, just because then we're giving the company money, and supporting them. So, The Sparkle in Your Eye is a fun show about idol life. Well, idol life. They're both actors. They're actually filming Blue Canvas of Youthful Days in this series, which is kind of entertaining. And it's about the two lead actors and how they're trying to get along or maybe not getting along in the first 2 episodes. So maybe think enemies to lovers possibly as a trope, if you like that kind of trope. Has anybody else watched it? Do you guys have any thoughts or feelings? I was just watching the first episode right before coming here. I'm just at the beginning 15 minutes. Ah, it's on the Yo-Yo channel. I believe it's legal. Okay, sweet. So YouTube is another place to find it then. Um, yeah, so I think it's a little, it feels like it's got a little bit of a slow start to it, but it could be a fun watch. It was cute. Yeah, cute's a good word. I like that word. Cute pretty much sums it up. Was it fabulous? Like 10 out of 10 stars, you have to go watch it? It wasn't that exactly, but it also wasn't like, oh my gosh, what did I just watch either? Somewhere in the middle. Okay, I watched the first two episodes. It has potential. Yeah, potential is another way to put it for sure. Possibly. Yeah, I just need a few more episodes to get into it. It's possibly one of those shows where it takes a little bit of time to get into it. Absolutely. Okay, so the next one, it was interesting to see them say they were filming Canvas within the show, right? I thought that was the most interesting bit too. I was like, okay, all right, we're setting this in like the same universe. I love it. All right, so the next one is Moon and Dust. That's on YouTube exclusively. It's on the P Peach Story, all one word, P Peach Story YouTube channel. That is a Chinese BL. And it's, what did you guys think? Did anybody get a chance to watch that? The episodes are really short. They're only like, I don't know, 10 minutes each, 15, 10. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The first two episodes came in a lump and the whole thing was 15 minutes. So if you split that, 7 minutes and 50 seconds each, I don't know. Anyway, not 50 seconds, 30 seconds, 7.5. Anyway, the show has a very dark, obsessive vibe. The main character is almost uncomfortably dark and obsessive. So if that kind of character potentially bothers you in any way, that might not be the show for you to go and check out. But it actually had a really strong opening for only 15 minutes. That part was kind of impressive. Let's see. And I will at least try another couple of episodes to see if I continue to enjoy it. Let's see. I'm waiting for that one to finish because it's only a short show. There is that factor. It's a little dark. The brother trope is iffy, but I'm probably going to watch it. Yuritsa, I did look up the brother trope on there. They are not like related brothers, as far as I understand it. They're more like close, older and younger people or something like that. Not related. You guys can correct me if you've seen something else, but like I don't think they are. Okay, I was a little confused with that one, but I'm interested and it seemed better put together than the P Peach previous show, so that's a good sign. Yeah, that is a good sign. And the Moon and Dust is definitely my kind of speed, but definitely wouldn't suggest for those that are sensitive to obsession lot lines for sure. Absolutely. We are in agreement on that one. And Andy, shout out to you for last week with your Singapore comment. You were right. I don't know where I got like the Chinese part, other than the fact that it is in Mandarin, but the production house is Singapore. And Gaga Ulala even has Singapore right on the front page. So thank you for that information last week. I appreciate it. All right. Next. Onwards, where am I? Okay. The next morning. The next morning. The next morning. The X morning. I'm already just like, okay, the X morning, everybody. Did you watch it? I hope you watched it. Like, if you didn't watch it, then after we do this live, go watch it. It's on YouTube, so it's free for everybody. And I mean, I guess unless you're in Thailand, in which case it's on View Thailand. So if anybody here is in Thailand, go watch it on View. Otherwise, for us international fans, it's on YouTube. And I don't think it's my bias. Somebody here who's not a crazy huge fan might like give their unbiased, unfiltered opinion, if you will, in the comments. But I think that was a really, really excellent start. It had such a cool opening. I was so worried for them about their very first like scene, but their very first scene was just really good, and the chemistry was good, and they established two relationships, one from college and one from today, in a really cool way. And I liked how they shifted into Pat to P's memories via like fading into black and white before going into the scene so that we knew we were going into his memories. Man, that dude's got some work to do. He's such a hot mess. Anyways, so yeah, episode 1 is totally awesome, worth checking out. I was waiting. Okay, let me find. I was waiting for the X morning for so long. Okay, you and me both, Katie. Loved episode 1. So happy Chris Cincto are back. Absolutely, Ashi, Coral Love. I don't have anything else to say but that as well. I can tell you loved this one. Yes, I did. But what did you think? I loved it. Chris and Cincto's chemistry is, yep, uh, chef's kiss. Chris was just playing himself sometimes, which I loved. Absolutely. They both were. That's based on them. So, of course, they're going to be playing themselves. Although they did say that the writers did create some key differences. So, anyone want to break it apart and like figure out what those differences are, they can. Um, I enjoyed it a lot. Nice to see them on screen together again. Nice Ooh cameo too. Yeah, he's going. I don't think it's just a cameo. I think Ooh is one of the supporting characters, regular character. I didn't quite understand why Chris, the weather reporter, aka P, Pat to P, was considered a higher job than Ooh, who seemed to be a news reporter. I don't know if he was a higher job or if he was just throwing his weight around too much, which might have been why they were so disgruntled at him in general, anyways. I saw some people saying that he's just a really hot weather reporter, and that's why he has a fan club because of just his looks alone, which pretty much covers it, right? Because he's not the nicest person ever. The writing on this was very tight, so no slow parts. Absolutely. No slow parts at all. It just like moved along really well. We got a lot of information in episode 1. Absolutely. So, yeah, check it out. It was worth the wait, I think. I feel very comfortable saying that it was worth the wait. And I am excited for Thursdays. They'll be the best day of the week for 10 weeks. All right. The last thing that aired over the weekend was the Johan North special episodes. Who fast tracked that on Tencent or paid for access on YouTube? Because from what I understand, you can go either route with that. There's access on YouTube if you pay for their YouTube subscription, and there's access on Tencent at 99 cents USD per episode. So it's not exactly expensive, but I suppose you already have to have a subscription to Tencent to pay for the extra episode. So perhaps that makes it slightly more complicated. I personally think it was adorable, domestic Johanna North. Like I liked how North had some gumption, stood up for himself, stayed mad, so to speak. And if you really liked those two as characters, then you would enjoy the special episodes because it's nothing but them being lovey-dovey and living together and going on trips together and stuff like that. I absolutely watched that. I fast tracked both. Apparently, only episode 1 is up on YouTube. I saw some comments about it. Oh, I have no idea. I watched it on WeTV, aka Tencent. In other countries, it's WeTV. And on the computer, if you look up the website, it's WeTV. But if you have the app in the United States, it's Tencent. TEN, and then cent is in like dollars and cents, because I think because there's already WeTV in the United States, and it's something very different. So if you look up actual WeTV in the United States, you're not going to find the right app. So definitely here in this country, use Tencent and not WeTV. That was a mistake I made when I was first trying to figure out what on earth was going on. So yeah, all right. It was so cute. I paid $2. I love Johanna North. Aw. And I think YouTube will only give you access to episode 1 and have to wait for episode 2. Pure fluff. I liked seeing them day to day, showing that North wasn't going to get steamrolled. Yes. That was probably the best part for me, was watching him just kind of have an attitude. I'm like, good for you, dude. Go stand up for yourself, like tame your man or something. I don't know. It kind of felt a little bit like that, right? Because he's like, I am going to be mad at you until you do what I say, essentially. All right. Anything more than that, and I feel like it's too big of a spoiler for those who haven't seen it before. So, onwards. Onwards to finales. For those who like to binge things, these are what we've got for you. Never Fair ended. It's only like 4 episodes long, I think, and it's on the Sook Film YouTube channel. If anybody's been following the Korean dramas on Sook Film, you will probably know that they like messy. So if you're into messy, toxic, cheating plots, all the things that are like not so pretty about relationships, then you'd probably enjoy most of the content. They both do sapphic and BL content. And yeah, totally messy. I tend to not watch them. I'll tell you when they're ending and when they've begun so that you're aware. But I actually don't watch that channel myself. So if you have a comment, if you're into that kind of thing and would like to tell and everybody else who's into that kind of thing if it's worth watching, go ahead and leave the comment. Let us all know because I do not know. The next one is Infidelity is a Disease. That had its finale. It's a Chinese BL on the Secret of Us YouTube channel. And again, I actually didn't know it existed for this one until after it ended. So I haven't watched it yet, but if you've seen it, one more show to leave a comment about if you think it's worth watching or not. So yeah, those two both ended, are ready to binge on YouTube. And if you're like Sook Film, huh? SUK, guys. SUK, that's how you spell that, so you can look it up to your heart's content. All right, let's see if anybody has anything to say. I like seeing them. We're still on that. Okay. It was pretty decent considering how short it was. Good to know. Awesome. There you go. I felt like the bit of the one I did watch one time, as far as plot goes, it was pretty good. Like straightforward, which they don't have a lot of time, so straightforward makes the most sense. But yeah, pretty good. What are your favorite BLs? That is a very good question. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to say that everybody can go ahead and give a shout out as to what their favorite BLs are in the comments. I'll throw one out for you. One BL that I love. And that would be, oh my goodness. Why did I just only put one in? See, I'm limiting myself to one because otherwise this whole entire show will be about favorite BLs. Okay, I'm going to go with the one I watch over and over again. It's like a show that I don't even pause the intro to because I love it so much. I believe you still can find it on YouTube. It is our favorite couple, Earth and Mix, and it's one that is hit or miss for some people because of the tropes. It's one of those body swapping tropes. Not everybody's into that, but it's called Cupid's Last Wish. Cupid's Last Wish. And I do believe you can still find it on YouTube. They haven't moved that one yet. Go check it out if you're into body swapping tropes. All right. Yutsukushi Kari for me. What's the English translation to that title? I don't remember. I recognize it, but I don't remember the English translation. Perfect 10-liners, and we are. Those are great. Semantic error, which was my first BL. Also, you guys are giving some really, really great comments out here. I feel you linger in the air, I suppose, if I had to pick one. Andy, yes, I feel you linger in the air would be way up there for me too. That one was brilliant. I love that one. My Beautiful Man, also really good. Okay, anybody who's watching this later or listening to it as a podcast, you now have a whole list of recommendations, especially if you're new to BL. They are all great recommendations. Nothing's too toxic, nothing's too dark, or like overly crazy with the NC scenes. If that is something that bothers you, I feel like every single recommendation is more like a comfort series than something you only watch once, which is cool. Those are the best kinds. There are a lot of excellent shows that you would only watch once. If you know what I mean. Okay. And actually, the next show we're talking about might be one of them. The other one that I actually recommend that I've put on my hashtag BL watch list, which is like, if you follow me on Threads or X or really Blue Sky that for that matter, and you look up hashtag BL watch list, you'll get my top list of recommendations, which is useful. And I've been doing that list for a year and a half now. So lots of options on there as I've gone through and finished shows. The best ones end up on there. So top form is worth binging, 100%. Be sure to bring your box of tissues. You'll probably go through the whole box after like episode 6, maybe. I feel like there were tears all the way from episode 6 to episode 11, which, that's just a testament to Boom's acting. But it is not easy to watch. I don't know if it's something that will end up on a comfort watch list because it's too much crying going on by me, if you know what I mean. Like, wow. So, why is it a must watch? The acting is outstanding. The chemistry between the two main leads feels natural and effortless. The honey scene, don't forget to watch the black honey scene. It's a separate clip. They have it on the end of in the Tencent video app instead of where it rightfully belongs, which is between episodes 4 and 5. That's where you should stick in the black honey scene if you're binging it. Definitely watch that. It's beautiful. Yeah, and just their craft, the way they edited it, the way they did the lighting and the coloring and the timing was all really beautifully crafted. 100%. Yeah. Let's see what people have to say. My first high BL was Love by Chance. Love Top Form. Okay. Yes, Top Form will forever be a sad panda. A sad panda comfort watch. They're so good. Okay, I guess if you need a sad panda comfort watch, then this is one for that moment where you're like, I need to watch something sad today. Great story, and there are 9 volumes of material to pull from for future seasons. I've actually heard rumor that there will be future seasons, that this was only the start. I think they kind of gave hints at two other like couples even in the final episode for like future material. So that will be cool. I see. The laughter going up. I'm thinking the sad panda thing just got out because there's like a 30-second delay. So that's really funny. Okay, I didn't love Top Form as much as everyone else did, but I do think Smart and Boom have really good chemistry, and I'm happy for them that it was successful. Yes. Everyone probably has different levels of enjoyment on that series because of the emotional commitment needed to watch it. It requires a lot from the viewer. Um, Booms like asks for you to come right in and share his pain with him, and we all dive right in and do it too. So if it's something that like if you're feeling fragile or vulnerable or like I can't handle anything dark today, then this is not the series to watch today. This is the series to watch when you feel strong and capable and prepared to take on like the emotions of these characters for sure. Their pairing came out of nowhere and I'm glad to see them doing well. Absolutely. And that comes to the announcements that I saw on X, and that is Smart and Boom's official fandom name, which is Oralis, I believe. Oralis or Oralis. I don't know which syllable to put emphasis on. But they have official fandom, which means that they are moving forward together as a duo. And that means we're going to see more of them. Probably in another season, but hopefully more than that too, because they have like asked the fans what kind of BL they would like to see Smart and Boom do next. And I think everybody chose Cowboy Vampire. I don't know what that's going to lead us to, but I guess we'll find out. It'll be fun to find out, right? Okay. So, be sure I was going to put a little thing in for Smart and Boom. Be sure to look up their hashtags on TikTok or X. I don't know how much of their content is on Threads, but I know TikTok and X has so many cute moments and reaction videos, and I think they have a vlog with a couple of episodes out on YouTube. They've reacted to most of the episodes of the series, and those are really interesting to watch as well. They've done lots of interactions with fans over the course of the series, and it's highly entertaining to watch Boom turn into a blushing mess. What can I say? Like, I'm not entirely sure how he ends up in that space, but man, like his ears turn red and it goes down his neck, and then he gets all shy. It's just kind of fun. All right, what are we doing now? Let's check the chat again. I don't want to. They're pairing Smart and Boom are just precious and so exceptional actors. Oh, yep, you've got the hearts already. Look at you go, Eureka. I had a personal issue with Top Form on episode 6 and would suggest others look for TWs if they need to check those. But I appreciate the acting range from everyone in the show. I can respect that. Yep, there are possible trigger warnings on some of it for sure. Absolutely. Be careful. Thank you for specifically shouting out episode 6. It's quite possible that you could just look up highlights or a summary of episode 6 and like just pass it and watch the next episode instead, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. So beyond this point is for people who have seen at least some of Top Form. Do we have time? We do have time. We have a little bit of time. I was thinking everybody could shout out some favorite moments they had. So beyond this point, there are going to be spoilers. So if you're not into spoilers or you haven't watched the show yet, this might be your moment to like call it a day. But if you would love to share some more and chat some more about Top Form, some favorite moments and favorite characters, I thought we would chat a little bit about those two things, and then that'll wrap up the show for today. So you're not going to miss anything else after this, I promise. Okay, so favorite moments. for me were okay, I got to put my okay, the honey scene. Obviously, if you didn't like see that part, you can just go look up a clip of that part by itself and enjoy an amazing feast for the eyes, if you will. However, I was of the camp at the time that was like that is that is a lot of stickiness, and that is all I could think of in that moment. But I have since thought that that was a really excellently done scene, and I can recognize the artistic value of that scene, even though I still think it's a sticky mess to this day. Also, oh, okay, my other favorite scene was so beautiful. It was towards the end of the series, and it was when let's see, it was after. Oh my, okay, it was after Akin's grandmother passed away, and he got a visit from her in his dream, and Jin showed up in his dream as well, and they got to say goodbye. That was beautiful. That was probably my other favorite scene from that show. Let's see. Instagram has tons of clips as well. Yes. It was disturbing. The anime was worse. Interesting. Good to know. The introduction when June dropped the candy and they made eye contact. Oh, that was good too. When Akin stepped on said candy. Yeah. That was such an interesting way to have a meet cute. That was really fun. Absolutely. And my favorite character. Okay. Who was my favorite character? I think I do need to go with Jin. I'm going to go with Jin because I know he was like a red flag in the anime and from what I understand, having not read the anime and the manga, Jin was a red flag character in those two. And I like that they changed that from what I understand, kind of extensively in this show and made him a lot less red flag and a lot more supportive and just like there for him rather than forcing things upon him. And so that was probably my favorite character in the show. Towards the end, when Jude paid Akin in the car, that was funny too. When Jin came to comfort Akin after the photo was released. Oh, that part was really lovely as well. Yeah, that was a there were a lot of sweet moments like interspersed throughout the darkness. I don't For me personally, I don't think if it entirely balanced itself out at the end. Like I feel like it did not. I just kept thinking like this is a lot of darkness without a lot of light. But other people I know have different opinions. They're like, "Oh no, there was plenty of balance." So let's see, what else have we got? Episode 10 had some incredible emotionally charged scenes. So it's not so much a scene, but I appreciated the episode as a whole. Love it. Yeah, the scene that I mentioned was in episode 10, I think. And like overall, that episode was really outstanding. I agree. Actually, that's another thing to mention is the pacing. The pacing was beautiful. And I am really judgmental about endings. And they stuck the landing, I thought. They did a good job with that part too. Every time Jin sprouted wings to represent his love. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. The fact that Akin sucked at breaking up with Jin always made me laugh. I'm so glad that he wasn't good at it. Thank goodness, right? Like you could tell it was his trigger, his coping strategy, if you will, was to just, leave essentially. And they did a really great job actually with the psychology of the characters because in real life, the person with like the kind of I don't know, I got the feeling that he had almost abandonment issues that Akin has. Um, Also tend to use withdrawal as a coping strategy. Their first instinct is to pack up and leave. The only reason I know this is because I've was a social work major as my bachelor's degree, and so I took a lot of psychology classes. It's not just coming out of nowhere, guys, I promise. The wings, loved the wings. Yeah, I loved the wings. I was really bummed that we never saw his black wings from when he was angry. Oh, he had black wings? Oh, okay. Maybe they decided to leave those off. He didn't have as much anger, I felt like, in this version. So maybe the black wings didn't make sense as much. I'm just kind of curious to know in what moments he got angry enough to use black wings. I know he was very different in the anime version, so I'm sure some of those moments with Akin would have caused anger rather than understanding in someone who is a little bit more prone to anger. Okay, guys, we got to wrap it up. We're just about out of time. Today was super fun, though. I love chatting with everybody. Welcome new faces. It was super fun to get to chat with you as well. And I loved asking. Um, sorry. Okay, I can do this. I loved that you guys asked questions that were a little outside of what we were talking about today. Thought that was really cool. It evolved the conversation naturally. And I appreciated that a lot. So shout out to the person who asked about favorite BLs. I am open to that all the time. So if you guys have a question outside the realm of what we're talking about for the day and there's time to answer it, by all means, I will answer. Okay, let's see. With Johnny for sure, but a few other times. Okay, I could see I could see Jin getting super mad at Johnny for sure. Absolutely. All right. Anyways, everybody, until next Tuesday at 6 p.m. here at the BL Express YouTube channel, we will be live again and we will be talking about whatever fun things come to mind at the end. Oh, no, I do know what we'll be talking about. Already know. I already know. My Golden Blood ends tomorrow. So I am absolutely positive that we will be having a chat about My Golden Blood. What else? Who knows? Stay tuned, find out, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. So fun hanging out. Bye.